and we're left to speculate because we're mere plebeians.
True. True. I get it. I get that. But it is, what are we going to do?
Well, you speculate. That's what I just said. We don't have a lot of perfect information, high quality information. I do have some detailed military drop. And I'm telling you, this is a wild time. It's very wild. Nino's getting some intel. So it's all very exciting, Ron.
It is very exciting. Did you see the report that came out, or the whistleblower who came out yesterday talking about Bill Barr?
I saw the title. I didn't see the full video. I'm overwhelmed with, like 30, 40 videos a day. I'm trying to have a life. I'm trying to kick back a little bit. I keep up with what's going on, and it's very difficult. But yeah, Bill Barr. We knew Bill Barr was dirty 3 or 4 years ago. So that's not new. To me, that's not new. So 100%. I don't care. I mean, fine. Someone outed Bill Barr, but Bill Barr was already exposed 4 years ago. So what? Let's move on.
Well, Bill Barr was, anybody paying attention knows that Bill Barr was the primary person that George H.W. Bush put to repair the image of the CIA back in the late 70s. So, or the mid 70s, under when he was the CIA director for a very short period of time.
Well, that's all well and good, Ron, but I didn't come on here to talk about Bill Barr. I don't care about Bill Barr.
No, that's fine. It was just
someone outed Bill Barr again. Okay, well, fine. Bill Barr's outed. How about the double that's posing as Comey? I put that in my July report. It's a new guy who's claiming to be Comey. It's not the same face. It's close. It's not the same face. So, we're being taken for a ride. I would guess that we might have 20 or 30 people who are not their actual selves. In other words, there are fake people in high positions in 30 different positions. There's a joke running around, Ron, that many of the people, including actors and, musicians, many of the people that we believe are dead are really alive, and many of the people we think are alive are really dead. We're on number 3 for Senator Fetterman in Pennsylvania, the third version. This is a joke. How many Madonnas do we need to see, for the singer, music lady? The new Madonna can't sing. Okay, now they're hunting down Obama, but are they really hunting down the Obama clone? Okay, this is an absolute joke, what we're seeing in reality.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just finished talking.
Oh, okay. Your audio is like it's choppy and cutting in and out. So, that's all well and good. What's that?
I can repeat what I said. There's a joke running around that many of the people, including musicians and politicians and various people that we think are dead, they're really alive. And many of the people we think are alive are really dead. We have 20 to 30 different people who are posing as political figures. This is a show. This is a joke. But we had a fake president, the only dead president in the history of the United States, the only dead president to serve. Okay, this is a joke. We're in a joke. It's very disturbing what's going on. Can you hear me okay, Ron?
It's for me, it's cutting in and out. I'm asking the audience, do you guys hear? Do you guys hear the same like staticky that I'm hearing, or just let me know? I can't fix it. I'm just curious if you guys are hearing the same thing I am. Well, there's I don't. I'm just looking at things that are going on around the world, and I see peace breaking out all over the place. Trump and Putin are meeting next week. Trump's he's brokered peace deals with multiple countries developing land. I guess what Azerbaijan and another country over, peace is
Armenia, I
breaking
think
out
it's
there. They're doing economic corridors. Armenia, thank you. So anyway, just a lot of good things are happening. But I'm just waiting for I'm kind of waiting for the shoe to drop on stuff here in the United States. I feel like there's something coming. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just it's a little uneasy
I
for
think
me.
we're very likely to see some planned disruption. That's what I think is coming in the United States. Planned disruption. Here's a funny item, and just interrupt if I'm choppy. Just interrupt me if I'm choppy. We have a staged conflict between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Very much staged.
Yes.
And when it first came out and began to show itself, my immediate reaction was, oh, this is funny. This is really funny. They're going to try to break out into the liberal wing of the MAGA movement in order to make a new Democrat party after they kill the old Democrat fascist Obama party. Okay, Ron, I think we're in some very exciting and innovative times where we might be seeing the end of the Democrat Party. I have been calling for this now for 3 years. Biden and the entire show destroyed the Democratic Party. They destroyed it. I mean, Kamala Harris was an absolute joke of a candidate. Tim Walz, he was an absolute joke of a candidate.
Tim Walz.
Tim Walz. Well, sorry. And now there was a recent political poll, and it was set up as VP Vance versus Alexandra Cortez, AOC, and she got 40% of the vote. I mean, I would love to see a joke of a candidate like AOC Cortez run for president. Okay, I have some clients who say, Jim, I don't know. I think the Democrats are going to make a really good push in 2028. And I say, if they're even around, Ron, the Democrat Party is imploding, and they're continuing to push out these broken pieces as potential leaders. They have no leaders. I mean, where's Schumer from New York? I mean, come on. He's the one who has the most power, but it's an absolute joke. Bernie Sanders is an absolute joke. Kamala Harris is, my gosh, I don't really care to talk about U.S. politics, but let me just say something regarding the Putin and Trump peace plan. United Kingdom, the British, they're not in the negotiations. NATO, they're not in the negotiations. Ukraine, they're not in the negotiations. So this is really the United States with Trump and Putin in Russia making a peace plan that Ukraine is going to sabotage and NATO is going to sabotage. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I changed out of I think it's my headset.
Okay. All right. Could be. I don't know. I'm getting a good signal from my end. Okay, Ron, I don't hear anything about how NATO or the Ukraine is represented in the peace talks. So what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about a U.S.-Russian accord that involves Ukraine, but Ukraine is not part of the accord. Okay, this is a joke. Here's a friend of mine summed it up very well. He said, if Zelensky goes along with the peace plan, the Azov Nazis are going to kill him. And if Zelensky doesn't go along with the plan, then NATO will kill him. And the real question for me is, what is the relationship between Donald Trump and NATO right now? By supplying NATO 2 or 3 weeks ago with armament, did Donald Trump kiss their ass? Is that what happened? He kissed NATO's ass so that NATO would then say, all right, whatever you do, whatever you say, it's all good. I mean,
well, can I offer?
Where's NATO aligned? Where's NATO aligned, Ron?
Let me offer up something on that. Maybe, and this is speculative. I will freely admit. But what if the things that he was giving? What if the things that he authorized to go to NATO are being tracked because he believes that a lot of the stuff that actually made its way into Ukraine through NATO was ultimately sent back into Mexico to the cartels?
Well, there's a lot of talk about that, but also I hear over and over again, like maybe a third of the weaponry, the armaments that went to Ukraine ended up in the Albanian black market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe Trump gave a bunch of weapons to NATO so that he could track them.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, you surmise that they went to Mexico, but I'm saying that they're going all over the place. They could be going to Syria. Okay.
True.
Okay.
But
track it. That's the point. Track it.
I get
Track
that.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, given the how the Russian military just captured an adrenochrome shipment with a flag from the nation in the southeast corner of the Mediterranean that I call the control nation. It controls the U.S. government. We're getting into very dicey areas here.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Now, here's something that's really important for those who don't know much about the peace talks. Putin has agreed to meet with Trump, which means Putin has agreed to the terms of the agreement. It's not an agreement. It's not a meeting to hash things out.
That's already been done.
Yeah, it's done. It's a done deal. But we don't have Zelensky and the Ukrainian Nazis on board here. All right, this is very interesting. And you know, the United States with Trump, they're making claims. And Putin is going to be agreeing to this or that. I don't know exactly what. But the United States is not in this war. The UK and NATO are in this war. The UK and NATO, not the US. We've got mercenaries, to be sure. Oh gosh, the Russian military captured 2 British ranking soldiers in the Odessa region. Did you hear about that?
I did not, but that would not surprise me.
2 ranking, I think one was a colonel, and they said they're doing maritime research. And you know, I guess doing underwater explosive targeting would qualify as maritime research.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyway, if these guys
kind of like what they did with the bridge.
Yeah.
Remember when they blew that bridge up on the
over the Black Sea? Yes. Now, I'm not an expert on all the different military maneuvers, but it looks like Putin has 2 high-ranking pawns to bargain with the British, but he's meeting United States president. He's not meeting, you know, it's not Keir Starmer, it's queer. It's queer Starmer.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You've seen the pictures of him as a kid and with Jimmy Savile?
No, I don't keep up with stuff like that. I'm pretty busy with finance and economics.
But I'm not trying to go down that road because I know that's not something that you really want to talk about. I'm just saying there are pictures of a young Starmer with Jimmy Savile.
Well, fine. These guys are so dirty, and you know, the British people are getting fed up, and more power to them when they rise up against this, because for like 50 years of my life, 50 years, all I saw out of Britain was fascination of what the royals were wearing for clothing.
Oh God.
I'm so tired of moronic bullshit. It's very similar in Hollywood, by the way, when they have a premiere of a new movie, and they show the stars, and they're out on the red carpet, and all the people in the crowd are oogling, oogling. Right. and they care about what they're wearing, and they don't care about the content or the twist of the movie. Okay, here's a weird fact that I got from a British client, and it was confirmed by a different British client. There are many, many little cities in England. Many, many. It's like 60, 65 million people, and it's not a very big country.
Nope.
I think it's a fraction of the size of Texas. There are 70 mayors of cities in England who are Arab. 70. Okay. They're transforming the country, and the people are fighting back because they're tired of their women and their girls being raped.
Well, and I agree with that. But you know what? As sad as this is going to sound, they're grossly outnumbered at this point.
Well, they're outnumbered, but this is a quiet revolution, and I don't mean to spend too much time on this. I just want to make the point that the British now have two captured. They're not mercenaries. They were British advisors working with the Ukrainians doing sabotage, and Putin insinuated that they were involved in planning Russian terrain attacks. That's very important. It's not sabotaging a bridge in Ukraine. It's working to sabotage and attack a Russian city just over the border. And you know, some of them are not just over the border. They're like 80, 100 miles over the border.
Right.
All right. Anyway, there's a lot going on, and I'm not an expert, but I got a data dump from a friend of mine just yesterday on the war. I got to say something about Trump, and I don't know how to really make this final, but I believe that Trump is trying to create some discord in the United States. He wants people to get worked up. Trump wants people to rise up and say, I'm fed up with it. Just like that movie Network in the, what was it, late 80s or early 90s. I'm fed up and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah, that was like, I think it was like 1975 or 76, something like that. But yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Was it really the mid 70s?
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was a lot of fun. And I don't remember who the actor was. Finney?
I want to say it was Faye Dunaway.
No, it was a man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. But Faye Dunaway had a prominent role in that, I believe.
I don't remember. This is a really weird comment to say, Ron, but I'm beginning to date myself.
1976.
Holy mackerel. Okay, that's very interesting. Ron, I'm starting to date myself because I was a young man in college when Nixon was shutting down the Vietnam War. Okay, I remember George McGovern winning 2 states in, I think, 1972.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old when Kennedy was shot, supposedly in Texas. Okay, I'm 73 years old now. I feel quite young. I did a good long bike ride today, and I'm okay. I had to lie down and rest afterward. But I'm not a young guy anymore, and I've seen a lot in my life. I mean, I was there for the Lehman tragedy. That was a demolition. I was there. I forecasted that a year in advance, Ron. That was only the 4th year of the newsletter. Now I'm in year number 22.
That's crazy.
And I remember Kurt Rickenbacker invited me in 2003 to the Riviera in Cannes, France. And I stayed with him for a week, and it was very memorable. But that was a long time ago. I mean, we have been through a lot. We went through the entire Kenyan Marxist administration for 8 years, Obama. And now, they're going to destroy his legacy, and I'm all for it. I am 100% in favor of destroying the Obama legacy, because I know some people who say he was a great president. And I said, he was a good speaker and he riled up the crowd.